loving you is like a bad habit. Hi, that's a song I think I made up. Welcome to How Do We Human? It's the podcast where we overanalyze all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
And I swear there's an 80s song, a rock song that's something like that, but I can't think of it.
Based on the melody, I think, is it called Bad Medicine?
Maybe I'm thinking of Bad Medicine. Is that Bon Jovi? I think Bon Jovi.
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's stop the episode right now to find out.
Today we're talking about bad habits. As you can tell, we're talking about songs called Bad Habit. And we're talking about our own bad habits. We got them. I got them for sure.
Me too. Also, yes, that's Bon Jovi.
All right. Yeah, that's got to be what I'm saying.
Speaking of Bon Jovi, Evan,
is it
his
yes?
son's engaged to Millie Bobby Brown.
We were just discussing. This is all we've been doing is talking about Bon Jovi. Is it loving you? Your love is bad medicine. Yeah, the bad medicine. Today we're talking about bad habits, but a good habit is asking people how they're doing. And so I'm going to try to retrain my brain to do good habits. And for once, ask Chris.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. This was, I feel like this is a story all about how, my life got turned upside down. But mostly encapsulates the essence of this podcast of things that should not really make you feel awkward, but do. We were at a restaurant, my fiance, myself, her sister, and their parents celebrating her mom's birthday.
Sweet.
We all got waters. And then, 3 other people also got other drinks, but everybody got a water. So they're bringing around the waters. They even though it was a circular table and I happened to be in the middle with 2 people on either side, and they put my water down first in front of me, and then they put down everybody else's water, and I grab that water that's been set in front of me. I take a sip, and then I'm starting to look around the table a little bit, and it looks like the way that the waitress has set down the waters is, instead of, traditional table settings, something that's been drilled into me. Normally, your glass will be on the right. Because that's where most people have a dominant hand, whatever. But it looks like this waitress has actually placed these to the left, which means that I have a glass here that's probably supposed to be for my fiance, I guess.
Oh no!
But the glass on this side, her dad has already also taken a sip. So he and I have immediately thrown this birthday lunch into chaos. Because now there's an extra water on the other side of the table. And my fiance and her sister have to share the other glass of water. And at least my fiance and I we talked about it later. And we both recognized that the other glass
was wrong
over there. It's not that she brought the wrong number of glasses and forgot somebody's water. All the waters arrived. They just never all made it to somebody's lips. So
did you never rectify the situation?
Never had it rectified.
Who didn't end up with water? Her sister?
Yeah, I mean, they shared water, I think.
That's hysterical. Oh, no.
Because it was never brought up, like, oh, wait, where's my water?
Yeah.
So, because I had the answer, but I didn't want to stop everything.
All right, that's on you now.
I know.
I have all the answers.
But
Play my game.
they never prompted the answer. So
Okay, Jigsaw.
they failed their quest.
Dinner with Jigsaw.
Would you like to have a water? Evan,
Yes.
how you doing?
Good. I figured it out, so I didn't need to cut in. But at first I was wondering, like, wait, are you saying you and the dad were drinking out of the same glass? But no, okay. You each had your own glass.
We each had our own,
Got it.
and each of us, because we had claimed our glasses, threw off the rest of the water rotation.
Do you feel like it is selfish of you to have claimed one of the glasses of water when you already wear glasses?
That's a great point.
Like, I should
no.
recuse myself from the situation.
That's true. I mean, we did all order eye-seeing glasses. We all ordered bifocals to look at the menu. So
Yeah,
I do
okay.
feel a little bit selfish for doing that
Yeah,
when I
that's
already could have read the menu just fine.
I like it. I like that. Did you ask me how I'm doing?
I did.
Okay.
But I'll do it again.
Sure. Yeah,
Evan,
that would feel nice. Yeah.
how you doing?
Good. When you forget if someone asks, it feels weird to just say, here's how I'm doing.
It does.
So this is a couple of little updates or flashbacks and updates. Backs, forwards, this story has it all.
Wow.
I've mentioned before, and you saw it in person. You're a witness. It's true. My thumb's all fucked up, and it still is. I've fortunately got a doctor's appointment, I think next week, to check it out. It's a type of tendonitis, and options.
And it's from the Coliseum, right? That's you too busy giving the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
I thought you were going for like tendonitis as like a Roman name, like Titus.
Honestly, that's a pretty good Roman name.
Well, I'd just be tendonitis. I can't find my thumb. Give you a thumb up or the thumbs down. Tendonitis, what do you say? Ow, shit. Anyways, this has been going on for, I don't know, 6 months now. It's a problem. But I'm really starting to take it seriously. I got a new brace. Much more sturdy, really helping hold that in place. And I feel
a brace to hold it in place?
A brace to hold it in place. And I feel like it's improving.
Grace.
But not to the point where I'm like certain, like it'll be great someday. It almost kind of feels like I've hit a plateau. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I've looked into it, and obvious options that are out there medically are you can go in, a doctor will give you a steroid shot, and a lot of people say like, oh, that helps, or you can get surgery on it, and apparently there's like something that can happen in there. There's a lot of, my chiropractor was telling me, a lot of little bones in there, a lot of little bones going on in that little area, and a lot of little things that can go wrong, and surgery can correct it. I would love that, as I'm like, yeah, I use this shit all the time. I'm sitting around here. I'm not playing guitar. I'm not playing drums. I'm not playing the piano. I'm not playing video games.
You can't even twiddle your thumbs.
I can't twiddle my thumbs. I was doing crosswords for a while, and then I'm like, this also might be hurting my thumb. And so I just sit. I just sit and do nothing. Anyways, the other look back is that my neighbor up the hill, my old lovely hippie neighbors, I love them to death. But it is the same neighbor when I had my arm in a sling that was like, you need to stop eating spinach. If you remember that.
I do.
So I walk by with my brace, and they're like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, oh, it's the same thing. My thumb's been messed up for a while. And she's like, very aggressively, you've got to look up prolotherapy. and get it done. It is the only answer. Doctors will tell you to do other, but my friend runs this company and does prolotherapy, and it will help you. I'm like, okay, I'll look it up. But that wasn't enough. You know, a conversation where someone's telling you to do something and you're like, cool, I'll check it out. And they're like, no, you must do it now. It's the only option. I'm like, oh, her friend does prolotherapy, which is a red flag to me. Like,
Sure, yeah, like she's trying to like
yeah,
pimp her friend's
exactly.
business.
So I'm trying to just go, and I'm not like closed off to experimental ideas. I will look into it, but she wouldn't accept that. It was like, no, you need to look into this now. Nothing else.
Like in front of her?
I don't know if that's what she wanted, but I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. I've got a doctor's appointment in a couple of weeks. We'll see what he says. I might get, I've heard they do steroid shots, and they flipped on me. They were like, no, don't do a steroid shot. It won't do anything. It'll hide the pain, but the injury will still be there, and you'll be crippled for life. They didn't say that part, but like they were really aggressive about it. And they're like, trust me, I had it done and it worked for me. Meanwhile, I get home, I Google it, and it's exactly like 50% people being like, this changed my life, and people saying, this ruined my life.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm going to go see what my doctor says. But now I'm like, I'm still wearing the brace around, but I don't want to, I kind of just don't want to run into him anymore while I'm wearing the brace. Because I don't want to talk about it. Did you look it up? Did you do it? Are you going to do it? Sign up for this now. I'm like, I don't know. I hate it. So, two of my favorite neighbors I'm now like avoiding, and that is stupid. I hate it.
Yeah, that's tough, especially when you know you got to walk that dog.
I gotta walk that dog. It's like I don't know why medical stuff is such a thing, and I'm sure I've done it too, where you hear something that's a diagnosis remotely similar. Even if it's not the same thing, if it's remotely similar, humans just have a need to be like, oh no, this worked for me. You have to do this. But it's like all of us are a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to work for that person. I prefer a doctor's opinion.
And, giving that sort of like, oh, you have to do this, sure feels like a bad habit.
It does. Your love is like bad medicine. That is 100% the song that I was thinking of. And as soon as I looked up the lyrics, I was like, yeah, that's the melody. That's how it goes. Yeah. Bad medicine is what I need. Anyways, you got any bad habits?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's, I guess probably eating junk food is probably my worst habit. Not flossing every day is another bad habit. As much as I love to dance, I just don't floss every day.
Gotta floss.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting better about eating, like not having just like
candy,
bunch of chips for lunch. Like I'm getting better about that.
Hershey's miniatures.
Yeah, you got that Hershey's miniatures bag. I've bought that several times as well. Do you feel like there are too many Mr. Good bars in that package?
Like I was kind of that. It's interesting, but not to make this episode about candy, but like it is weird. I realized like I've always seen Mr. Good bars around, and then I had one, and it's just chocolate with peanuts in it, and I'm like, oh, it's good, but it did make me go like, I don't think I've ever had one. What is this? Do they still make it, or are these just a bunch of old ones they never got rid of? What are though?
Yeah, that's what I wonder too.
It's weird.
I mean the crackles that are in there also like you don't really see those too much.
No, but those are
Out,
delicious.
but those are good.
Those are maybe my
So
favorite thing in there. What are you, Mr. Goodbar?
yeah,
Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Where did you come from? Where
where
did
did
you
you
go?
go?
Where did you come from, Mr. Goodbar? Ah,
Yeah.
I'm full of good songs.
But yeah, anyways, I'm trying to get better about not eating as much garbage, but
Yeah.
the problem, and we've said it a million times, is the garbage tastes good.
I love garbage. If it didn't make me feel shitty, I would have cookies for breakfasts, hot pockets.
Breakfast, multiple
I'd have hot
breakfasts.
pockets for lunch, uh, chips for snacks in between, and pizza for dinner. Like that sounds like a great day.
Yeah,
That would
it
make me
does.
feel so awful. I would feel terrible. Throwing a
Yeah.
few Pop Tarts here and there. Like, yeah.
I certainly more than you go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
And I, especially since the days of Movie Pass,
Yeah.
where I could just see as many movies as I wanted and not really have to spend money, would be more likely to spend money on concessions
Totally.
because now I have money.
Yeah.
um, so I got accustomed to having popcorn and a lemonade with
Yeah.
like every movie. And of course, Movie Pass has gone away many years ago at this point, which is a shame because although it was a terrible business model, it was great for me. But I've still kind of gotten used to having popcorn and a lemonade with movies.
Yeah.
And when I lived next to a like local theater chain, it was still fine because the concessions and the tickets were still like relatively cheap for the area.
Yeah.
But now that we've moved, there's an AMC, there's a Regal Cinema,
I don't
there's
see
a
a lot of
dine-in
Regals in LA.
theater, and there's another one that used to be part of that locally owned theater chain, and then somebody else took it over and jacked up those prices.
Yeah.
But so I mostly go to the AMC because when I went to the Regal, their popcorn was pretty good, but their prices were higher, and I only saw Bullet Train there,
Yeah.
and somebody let their young child just run around the theater for the entire runtime of Bullet Train, which was pretty distracting.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
But so I mostly go to AMC, even though I have plenty of gripes with them as well.
Yeah.
But I've still been getting the popcorn. They only have two sizes of popcorn at AMC theaters. They have regular and they have large.
Gotta have it.
And so I get the regular one, but the last two times I've gone to the movies and gotten that popcorn, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't get popcorn. maybe this doesn't do as many wonders for my body as it used to.
It's funny the difference because that's always the like, oh, just popcorn on its own is like a calorie-free treat, but it's like, well, I'm not just having popcorn on its own. It's mostly butter with some floating
butter,
kernels
it's a lot
in
of
it.
salt and
Some kernels
the
going down with
popcorn
the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and that's been a real bummer because the first couple bites of that popcorn are still very delicious,
Yeah.
but the way I feel afterwards is awful.
It's tough because that's the thing with a habit like that is they're so easy to form and so hard to break. But like
Yes.
when you're like me and it's like, oh, I go see a movie. At this point, never. I'll go to a theater maybe let's say once every 4 months. It's probably not accurate, but sure. I mean, I'm not really much of a snacker at the movies anyways, but if I'm in that habit, yeah, sure, I'll get some popcorn and that's fine. It's a treat. But when you go to the theater as often as you do, you're getting treating yourself every single time. It's like, oh, this habit just got to be a problem.
Yeah. And the other thing that people tell you is like, oh, well, don't just bring in your own food.
Your own
Um,
microwave and popcorn.
but I have not found a very convenient way to bring in my own food.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, if I'm going with somebody and they like have a purse or whatever, then like, sure,
That's the good
let's
stuff.
put the snacks in the bag, and nobody gets hurt. And or if it's like winter, sometimes you got the bigger jackets, you can get some stuff in the pockets, whatever. But otherwise, it's like I don't really know what my options are other than like I've seen people bring backpacks into the theater, but
That's always
like
suspect.
it is always suspect, and especially not to get political, but in
Yeah.
our trigger happy society,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
And the fact that for whatever reason seems to correlate with movie theaters every now and then.
yeah.
What the yeah.
I don't want to be a white guy going by himself into the theater with a backpack
to see
the Captain Marvel sequel.
I was gonna say to see the Minions movie. Yeah, it's not a good look.
No.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think it's tougher and tougher to bring in your own snacks. Purses help for sure. I do have obviously my own habits to get to, but I am curious. Like, you're going to a movie theater. Are you just doing popcorn and butter, or do you do anything else in there? So I've had friends. My friend Anthony puts jalapenos in there. You can get them. Snow caps.
Shit out of here.
Yeah, it's snow caps in your
It's
popcorn.
Popcorn,
Tabasco
with salt and butter. That is it.
My friend would do red and green Tabasco in their popcorn, so it's like Christmas.
Yeah, I guess I don't ever really go to the movies around Christmas because that's when more people are at the movies. But I guess then I would be obligated to make them festive.
That's true. You would be obligated. And if you were going to see Spider-Man, you'd be hobgobligated. Not to bring the hobgoblin back into
boy.
it.
I'm
a hobgoblin crazy.
Long walk.
Hobgobligated is pretty funny.
Do you?
I've got some hobgobligations.
Do you have any bad habits, Evan, other than trying to force hobgoblin into sentences?
I mean, that's its own thing you can think about, is my need to make jokes that won't make people laugh. It's a bad habit in itself. A hobgoblin habit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one works.
Oh, yeah. The reason, I'm not going to tell the reason I bring hobgoblin into things. I don't have a reason. I'm mad. The reason I brought this episode to the table is a very specific reason. While I didn't for like 4 weeks in a row for various reasons, generally we pull clips for this podcast.
Yes.
And post them to our little Instagram account. And I pulled a clip. Generally, the way we work is I'll edit the episode. You listen through, pick out some time codes for clips. You send those to me. I'll pull the clips. And so you pulled one. I'm like, yep, that is a funny clip. Pulled it, and I was just looking at it, and I'm like, this clip, I don't think anyone would notice if I didn't say anything. But this clip starts with me. You're talking. And I'm, just sneakily getting something out of my nose. We all travel with baggage up our little nostrils.
True.
And it's always uncomfortable. And you just want to get that out of there. And it doesn't feel good still as an adult to see yourself on video doing so. But, like, can't we all come? Doesn't everyone just, not like We're not going gold digging. But doesn't everybody pick their
Right.
nose a little bit? It's like, can't we just wash this away? Wash your hands afterwards.
Sure.
But we
And
all
don't
do it.
eat it.
Don't eat it. Don't put it in your popcorn.
Right.
Don't pick your friend's nose. We know
Right.
that. I learned that at a young age.
Absolutely.
A young age.
Were you too young to have learned that?
I learned that far too early in life. But no, I do remember. I think here's what else. I'm going to say a few things at the same time, even though I've lost it. I'm making myself laugh. But if you were to make, excuse me, if you were to make a list of like bad habits that humans have, I think picking your nose would be one of them. I think that's one of the first things that comes to people's minds. It's a bad habit. It doesn't look nice. It seems unclean. When I was a kid, I think in the like first grade, second grade, somewhere around there. I got caught picking my nose by the teacher. I picked my nose and the teacher went, "Evan, use a tissue." Alerting everyone, all of my peers, to the fact that I was disgusting. That was very embarrassing, even as a child. I hated that. I was like, "Teacher, what the fuck?" Teacher, I thought we were friends. You pass me a note or something. But I think I've always had that. I've got that guilt. I've got nose picking guilt.
Sure.
But so I think I'm looking for the olive branch of like, it's not just me, right? We all do a little bit.
I mean,
here it comes.
Yes, but I always use a tissue
always
while I'm doing it. Yeah.
Wow. This is
because it's like I've got the tissue around my finger or whatever, and then I jam it up to rip off whatever is stuck to the side of the nose, because everybody says, "Oh, just blow your nose." It's like, sorry,
that's not how
some
this works.
Stuff needs a little bit more aggressive action to be taken.
That's nonsense. Yeah. But I also think it's nonsense to have all those tissues around you. Where are all these tissues coming from?
Well, I mean, I always try to have tissues at home, and if I don't have tissues, then I use toilet paper. And sometimes, if worse comes to worse, I use paper towels.
Wow. This is impressive.
Thank you.
You're making me feel kind of gross. Now, I'm not saying it's impressive that you use tissues. I also is
not that low.
I also prefer to use tissues. I'm just saying it fucking happens. And you're telling me that it doesn't.
I think it happens.
Okay.
It just doesn't happen to me.
Wow. All right. Well, I feel like I put myself off on a pedestal, and this has Sparta'd me to death. These are tissues. Kick me to the abyss.
I've pulled up something from Berkeley Wellbeing.
Oh God.
And hey, is that part of the university, or is this just a company with a similar name? I don't know.
My neighbors up the road.
They have groups of common bad habits.
Okay.
They have 2 groups of them, so I figure we'll go through them, see if they apply to us or have applied in the past.
Oh boy.
And the reason that I phrase it that way is, number 1 is smoking.
Hey.
They also have not exercising, not getting enough sleep, too much screen time before bed.
Oh yeah.
Slouching, overspending, procrastination, and negative self-talk.
Yep.
Those are the That's the first group right there.
These are
Some
all
heavy hitters for
all
sure.
things that happen to me. I don't know. It's tough to consider not working out a habit. I feel like that's a lack of habit. You know what I mean? Like working out would be the habit.
Yeah, and
And
I
that would be a good habit.
definitely sure. I think that I probably have more lack of habits than I have bad
Interesting.
habits then in that situation because I don't exercise as much as I should. Um,
Sure.
I don't floss as often as I should. Um, so yeah, I mean, slouching is definitely one that I have a big problem
I'm doing
with.
it right now.
And negative
Oh
self-talk
yeah.
also coming in strong at the
Coming
end.
in strong.
I will say overspending I don't really have a problem with.
I I don't.
Unless you want to consider like, oh, you could get this cheaper for what by like $1 or 50 cents at a different store.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but that's not I'll take that hit, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong. I think, yeah, I think I'm not a real overspender. I'm pretty frugal for the most part.
You've talked to me, I believe, off mic about too much screen time before
Oh
bed.
yeah, that's a big one for me that I
Yeah.
try not to do. And as I mentioned last time, I've gotten in a weird habit of watching YouTube and watching news bloopers while I'm trying to go to sleep, which is awful. But otherwise, yeah, I've really trained myself to put the phone to the side, and I'll turn the ringer off and just
Mhm.
get some reading in. Might have some music playing, but I'm winding down.
Yeah. I yeah, too much screen time before bed, that's probably something that I could work on
I think most people could.
better. Yeah. It's just like there's just we're all kind of accustomed to like, well, if you have nothing to do, you might as well just be on your phone.
That's a tough, just general habit to break. Not, I mean, obviously doing it like right before bed is worse for your sleep, so that's important. But just like, yeah, it's impossible. Once you just get used to, I'm looking at my phone right now. I don't know why. My eyes are just trained on it. And I think this is what happens is like, it just draws your attention. There's so much that can be going on there. There's games on there. There's news on there. There's a camera. I can look at myself. It's just like if I'm watching TV, I get bored for half a second. I'll pick up the
Yep,
phone.
grab that phone.
Grab that phone. Why? I don't fucking know. We'll find out.
Exactly.
If I ever stop and think why I picked up my phone, there's almost never a reason. It's like I just did.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Yep.
And let's see what I can get into. Let me read some reactions people had to a thing that happened a week ago that I just remembered happened. Are people still talking about it? I don't know. Let's go see. It's terrible, but I can't stop it at this point. It's there.
Yeah. A bad habit that I had for a while was, and we've talked about it because I have broken this habit, was sleeping on my
Yeah.
stomach.
Oh, that's a big one.
And every now and then I still like, I'll find myself kind of like trying to roll back to it just because it's comfortable for like a moment, but a full night of it, you wake up very not comfortable.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel like I've been able to kind of keep myself from fully rolling onto my stomach and sleeping that way. So I think that I've mostly broken that habit.
It's like it's such a hard habit because I don't sleep on I did when I was a kid, but I kind of just stopped as I got older and switched to more side sleeping. But I've been trying to, for various posture reasons and my neck issues, trying to be more aware of like, I sleep with a pillow between my legs for my lower back and just make sure my back's straight and my neck's straight while I'm going to sleep. Because it really is like, weirdly, even though so much of it is subconscious, where you're saying you'll just like start rolling because you're like, yeah, but this is kind of how I like to be. But like once you're
Right.
asleep, I don't think your mind doesn't do that. Your mind doesn't like take over and go like, great, now that he's asleep, let's roll him onto his stomach. Like, I'm sure some people do have that issue, but in my experience, like whatever position I fall asleep in, that's what I'm waking up in. So it's just like, you just have to be vigilant in those moments leading up to passing out, and then you'll be fine. But for whatever reason, it's just a tough thing to break. It's like, it's the one time of the day, night is the one time of the day where you're about to have optimistically 7 to 8 hours of not having to do anything. Nobody's on your ass about stuff. It's your time to just chill the fuck out, lay on a comfortable mattress, and get some Z's. And all of a sudden, someone's telling you, you're doing it wrong. That sucks. This is the one moment I don't have to think about anything, and now I'm having to go to sleep thinking about getting my lower back right. It's a bummer, but I think once that habit's broken, and it sounds like you broke it, once that habit's just like broken, you can get back to relaxing, baby.
Oh yeah. Would you like to hear the second group of bad habits?
Oh, sure.
Interestingly enough, several of these have been full How Do We Human episodes.
That makes sense.
Gossiping.
Oh, big one.
Overindulging.
Yes.
Lying.
Yes.
Too much television.
Yes.
Nail biting.
Not for me.
No, not for me.
But that's a big one.
I don't know that
I know
I've ever I don't think I've ever done
the
that.
only time it ever comes up for me is if I've got a hangnail. A hangnail that's like more off than on. Then it's like, yeah, sure, I'll use my mouth. But yeah, I've never been a nail biter.
Living to impress others.
Well, don't we all?
Failing to say no to things you dislike.
That's a tough one.
Staying in bad or toxic situations. Cutting corners to finish tasks early.
Yeah.
Making decisions while you are angry.
That's one.
Eating poorly.
That's the biggest one of all.
Poor money and savings management. And finally, overthinking.
Yeah. They are all habits. I mean, that's the nice thing, is like telling yourself habits can be broken. That sounds like a long list of things that can't be changed. It's just like, yeah, no, that's just how I've always been, and that's how I'll always be. But it's like, it can be done. That's a big part of the while I was seeing my therapist, she recommended that book to me. It's a cognitive behavioral therapy book that is like a big chunk of that, not the whole book, but like a couple of chapters are about kind of negative self-talk and training yourself to, when it's not, the way they worded it was good. It's not a case of like, don't do it. It is that, but that's not what they're saying. It's like learning to note it when you do it. And that like subconsciously helps you. If you go like, God, I'm such a fucking idiot. Note that like, no, I'm not. It does just like kind of take you out of the emotion really quick and goes like, no, of course I'm not. And the other big, which I think I've mentioned before, is just the idea of like, picture yourself saying the things you say to yourself to anybody else in the world and how awful you would feel. You're a fucking idiot. What's your fucking problem? Like, I would never say that to anybody. That's so mean. But I'll say it to myself every day for 20 some years, No problem. No thinking about it. It's awful. We're pretty good, all things considered. We're pretty good people. We've got our issues.
Do we think that the reason that we feel so awkward in so many micro moments in life is because of our own bad habits.
Probably. It's a broad way to
Yeah,
look at
probably.
it. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. The overthinking side of it is overthinking, living for someone else, etc. It all kind of just
Yeah.
builds up to our personalities of going to a place. I did read one that was like worrying if you talk too much. And that's a big one for me because like, and I think it comes from because I can be so quiet that when I get
Yeah.
comfortable in a situation, I do this with my girlfriend. Like it's just the two of us, and I go like, "Sorry, am I like talking too much?" She's like, "No, you're fine." But I just get really,
She's like, what?
yeah, I wasn't listening. I get really concerned. Like, oh, am I dominating the conversation? And everyone tells me stop it, but I can't. I'm
Yeah.
very concerned that I talk too much, even on this very podcast.
Whoa. Breakthrough. I do, of course, have a quiz for us. I don't know if you have any other
I
bad
have one
habits
other
that you wanted to
specific
discuss. Okay.
thing I want to talk about. Well, broadly, I will like this is just a bad me habit in general. Just burping. Burping shouldn't happen. You know, you should release
Interesting.
some gas quietly. It can be done. But I think I've lived alone enough that I've just kind of gotten in the habit of burping loudly for no reason. And it's now to the point that I don't even think about it. I don't worry about what company I'm in. I think the pandemic really fucked me up in certain ways. And this is one of them. And that's an absolute disgusting habit I need to break. But I love a good burp.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this, but I very rarely
That's
burp.
right.
But
you don't
I
consume carbonated beverages.
frequently need to fart. So
you get your frequent farter miles.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. One of those diamond tier farters.
Now that's a diamond lounge I don't want to hang out in, if you know what I mean.
But I had a small burp the other day, and after
Wow.
I did it, I was like, wow, I feel amazing.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's gas leaving the body, bro.
Yeah.
Got better out than in, as gross people say.
Yeah. Our good friend of the podcast, Shrek, of course. But anyways,
I forgot that was a Shrek thing.
but anyways, yeah, I mean, because of course, hey, regardless of which end it's coming out of, gas leaving the body always feels great. But I think it was also just the feeling of like, oh well, that rarely happens. I must be special today, or
what
whatever.
a surprise!
Yeah. I guess there's more to me than meets the eye.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was just a little side quest. Back to the main quest. The thing I want to talk about is when I was young. And I'd like to think when everyone was young, you saw this in movies, models, television, magazines. It was a thing, and maybe still is, but it was very much a thing. And I'm going to blame Harrison Ford here, and that's fine. There was a thing, mostly with men, where it was like, ooh, he's sexy. He's got a little bad boy, crooked smile kind of look, like a smirk. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And I think at a young age, because I was never, when I was younger, like preteens, I think a lot of people are uncomfortable with their smile in some capacity, showing teeth. I was one of those kids that didn't want to show my teeth when I smiled. I was a closed mouth smiler. And I think at a very young age, I kind of like trained myself like, well, if I don't want to show my teeth, maybe that's an interesting look. I had a little like, crooked look. Hello, ladies. A little Groucho Marx sort of thing. And now I look at my face. I just have a crooked smile. It's broken. My mouth is broken. The right side of my mouth doesn't, when I full smile, the right side of my mouth doesn't raise as high as the left side of my mouth. And it looks stupid. And now I hate my smile for a different reason.
Yeah, I mean, for a little while, I also tried the closed mouth smile, but it didn't stick because I didn't like the way that looked.
It looks bad.
So
it looks bad.
Yeah.
But look at my mouth. Anyways, that drives me fucking crazy. And it feels like it's now, I don't know, maybe I can work it out, a muscle, work out the right side of my mouth. That'd be nice.
There's got to be a way to do that. Maybe like, I don't know if there's like, and hey, maybe this should be my plug.
Maybe.
But there's got to be like some thing that sits on your desk. Well, see, now that I'm thinking about this, it would inadvertently cause a different problem. But something that can sit on your desk and like it's like it goes straight up and then it like curves out like a smile or something, right? And you lean forward and set, the side of your mouth down and it kind of forces you into a smile.
Yeah.
But that would drastically affect your posture. So I don't think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Maybe a fish hook from the ceiling.
Yes, a fish hook from the ceiling, because then it's pulling you up for good posture.
Yeah.
And it's keeping that smile.
And I can take a walk in their shoes. The little fishie's about to get caught.
Yeah.
Be like, how does this feel?
Yeah. I know that when I go fishing, right before I before I cast the line, I say, let's put a smile on that face.
You kind of like licking your lips weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just put a smile on that face.
And then I'm idolized by a bunch of mentally unwell individuals.
Speaking of which, I found something. I was doing my little walk around town the other day, and I walked past. It was like an older woman pushing a stroller, and when I say older, I mean like I'd say early 60s, maybe late 50s.
Okay,
not elderly, but older than I. Wearing a t-shirt, black t-shirt, and it was the Corpse Bride in Joker makeup. And I was like, I forgot Hot Topic existed.
Wow. That's fascinating.
It's like that's so far. That's such a far reach that I'm like, maybe I like it. I don't know. This is so strange. What a specific world this person lives in. Good for you.
Yeah.
Fly your Joker flag.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Crazy. That's my Joker impression. Any good?
Well, not the worst Joker I've seen on screen.
Hey.
Anyway, would we like to do this little quiz that I have?
I would love to.
Okay.
Your quiz is like bad medicine.
This is a song-related quiz, Evan. Evan, the musician, needing to take a music-related quiz. Listeners may be familiar with the Ed Sheeran song "Bad Habits."
Your love is like bad habits.
That's right. And you can do this with a lot of different songs on Sporkle. But this is just literally just, can you name the lyrics? And so there are 259 words in the song "Bad Habits."
It's
and
by
we're
word?
trying, yeah.
Holy
and we're
shit.
trying to fill them all in. This is a song that Evan perhaps has never heard, and I've heard, but don't really know the lyrics.
So,
and we're just gonna see if together we can piece enough of this song together.
I will say, for my part, I do not know this song.
Okay, great.
My Ed Sheeran exposure is like, it's funny because clearly it was a big hit.
Yes.
I like briefly looked into it, but yeah, the melody's completely unfamiliar to me. I just listen to like the intro music to be like, do I know that song? I absolutely don't. Um, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
I don't
if the
dislike Ed Sheeran.
songwriting knowledge
Yeah.
and general understanding of Ed Sheeran's music is enough to get us a solid score here.
Yeah. So I think in tandem, Chris is he's gonna be more he'll be leading the way, and I'll I'll throw in some like try to figure out what would that next line be.
Sure. Um out of since there are 259 words here, before we get started, Evan, what are we guessing that we're gonna
How many words?
how many words we're gonna get
Well,
right?
here's the thing in particularly in pop music, a lot of repeated words. So
Yes.
is this a Sparkle quiz where you fill in like the word and it'll fill out give you all the ands?
Correct.
If that's the
Yes.
case, I think we could beat half. I think we could get
Okay,
more than
great.
half these, which would be an odd a 0.5, a decimal number.
Yeah, it would be
So
just over
under
130 words.
is that right? Yes, you are right. Over under 130. Wait. 129.5.
You're saying over
I'll say
over
over
the
one
halfway.
hundred twenty-nine and a half.
Okay.
I'm not going to remember that. So let's just roll.
Let's just roll.
Here's what I'll ask of you though, as you
Okay.
have at all heard the song, you know, I don't know if you know how the melody goes in your head.
I know I have a vague idea of what the chorus is like.
Okay. If you can hit me with your best shot of
Baby, one more time?
where where the line ends, like what the rhyme word is.
Sure, yeah.
Then I think I can help
if I
out
can,
on
I
the
will.
follow-up line. We'll see where
Okay.
we'll see where we get. Okay.
Yeah, because
Let's just
I
write
don't
this
even
song.
know how many of the lyrics do rhyme, but let's find out.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm going to hit play quiz. And of course, we know that the words bad and habits are, of course, in the song. So now we're already
Okay.
at 12 out of 259.
It's a good start. Do you know the opening line of the song?
I don't know the opening line,
I
but I
just
believe
heard
the
it,
chorus
and I
is
don't
something
remember.
like, my bad habits stick to you. It's not stick,
Oh.
but
My bad habits. What would it be if it's not stick? Cling? That seems
I
unmusical.
don't know. A good strategy with songs like this is to just kind of get as many of the like pronouns
Sure.
and conjunctions and generic words as we can. She, her,
me,
your,
my.
me,
Oh, you got my.
my,
The,
and
if.
if is a good one. Ed
About-
Sheeran sings a lot about love. Is love in
That's
here?
true. No, it is not.
No, it's not.
It's a bad habit. How about we?
We. Good.
Great.
I feel like stranger is a word in this song. It
Okay.
is.
I think oh, well. Okay. I can't see the full screen, I'm realizing. Oh,
I
maybe
can't
I
either.
Can,
I'll have
I
to
think
scroll
I can.
down.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like. How about like? Nope. This.
Magic.
Then. Magic.
Winter Wonderland.
If that's in here, I'll be shocked.
Frosty. I'm in a Christmas
I
place.
think you're thinking of a different song.
Okay. My bad habits blank to you.
My bad habits blank to you is kind of the generic.
My bad habits. Fuck. What would that even be?
I don't know.
You are ARE? No. You do DO?
Good.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, so
do is the end of that line.
Do is the end of
starts
okay.
with my bad habits where it's capitalized.
Oh man, this is rough. My bad habits. We have HAVE.
Have is a good one,
No.
except it's not in there. Had is in there, so we got had.
But want.
Want.
No.
Wanna.
Won't.
Won't.
Don't.
Oh, good.
Don't.
Don't.
Can't.
Nope. Can't. Ooh,
Great.
good job.
Stop.
Stop.
No.
Feel.
I can feel the aching.
Aching.
Bones.
Bones.
Damn it. I can feel the blank blank my.
I can feel the blank blank my.
In. In.
In is a good one. How about with? Pulse.
Music.
Music. Nope.
Oh man, we're almost halfway through our time.
Yeah, and we have 93.
So we're close. We're close to that halfway point. We
we
can
need
keep
another 47 words.
We've got this. Everything.
Or excuse me, 37 words. Just every is in there. Everything is also in there. Thing. Nope. Okay, so the first word of the song is every.
Every time you. Okay. Every time you come. That sounds inappropriate, but okay.
But it is correct. Every time you come, blank you blank
come,
I can't. But though.
Close. Every time you come close. Near.
Near is good. Nope.
By. B-Y.
That was good too.
Home. Jeez. Every time you come blank. Every time you come blank, you blank. I can't. Blank.
Stand.
I can't stand. I can't help.
Help is good. Nope.
It's not. Every time you come through.
I tried that already.
When you come through. That's a funny way to start a song. Every time you come through. Every time
around.
Come around.
There it is. Every time you come around, you blank. I can't. Blank blank.
What that has to be the end.
So then around is probably what it would essentially rhyme with if this is the rhyme.
You think every time you come around, can you put that? Do you know like
sound
the verse melody? Like, can you sort of sing that part every time you come around?
I don't know this part of the song.
Oh shit! Every time, we'll make it up. Every time you come around, you fuck.
Nope.
Damn. We did stop. Try. Try. Believe. Oh, we got B.
Believe.
No.
Time. Thing.
How about touch?
Touch.
I'm trying to think of Ed Sheeran things. He's a very sexy boy. We're missing a lot of words.
Yeah, we are.
But the price. No.
We're at 109, Evan. We need to get, another 21 words?
Think.
Thinking.
We get never.
Never is good. How about, we did ever already, right? Yeah.
Oh, maybe we did both those.
So. Or. Hey, there we go.
Or do. Or do. Or say. Blank or do. Or. Oh, what was it? I can't say. Every time you come around, you blank. I can't say blank. What the fuck is this sentence? That can't make sense.
Oh, I can't say no.
I can't say no. Every time I come around, you blank. I can't say no.
Every time you come around, you blank. I can't. Shit.
No. KNOW.
Oh, yeah! Good job.
Every time you come around, you know. Right, I can't say no. Every time so we've got a rhyme scheme now. Every time the house cold.
Flow, cold, hot. We're
Body.
really close to our halfway word mark, dude.
Ed Sheeran
Body
talks
was
about
good. I thought that was
bodies.
gonna work. Bodies hit the floor. Go, going,
through.
gone.
THR.
Through.
We did through? Oh, shoot. Out?
Yeah. Out is good.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that was... Oh, we're so close. We just need one more word and we can break.
We're very close.
I think one more word will break the halfway. We have a minute and a half. Try to find another near sentence or do... No, that's just the chorus again. We still don't have the chorus. My bad habits blank to you.
I know.
And stick to you feels like right. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to use a thesaurus. We did cling. My bad habits. Seem. SEEM. No.
Nope.
Mirror and mirror.
No to both.
Blank.
Less than a minute to go.
Fuck. Did we do try? I think we did try.
Yeah, we've done try.
Need.
Trying. Tried. What was the thing you said?
Need.
Needs. Needing.
Needed.
Break.
Need with a K. Sheets.
Sheets is good.
Damn.
Bed. Pillow.
Style.
Style.
Cramping.
Cramping. Krampus.
Pull. Pull.
Pull.
Damn.
Push.
Pulls. And then pulse.
Pull. We did pulse already.
Heart?
Actually,
did we do heart?
Heart. No.
Hearts.
Hearts. One.
Lives. Live.
Lives.
Fuck. 49%. Damn it. It's so brutal.
That was upsetting.
I can't believe we landed just on the under of 129.5. That's horseshit. We've got 7 seconds for this ad to clear, so if I could come up with one of the words, we already did crap.
We must have done is.
All right, what's this fucking chorus? Now I'm mad.
Right.
My bad.
Every time the sun
goes
goes down,
I
let
down.
you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight, oh man, I typed night, but I didn't type tonight.
Oh, how did we not have
something
tonight?
Wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this'll be the last time, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to you. Wide eyes staring at space, and I know I lose control of the things. See, we typed thing, but we didn't type things.
We didn't do things.
We didn't do that. That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
I say yeah.
We didn't think of yeah.
We didn't think of was or for or
This
now
is our
or
problem.
yeah. Some of these, I can't believe we didn't do it.
We did. Well,
I could have sworn we done it.
Oh, we
didn't.
No, yeah, I don't think we got there.
So there you go. We did it. You can listen to this podcast anywhere that you get your podcasts: Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, HowDoWeHuman.com. Anywhere that you get your podcasts, you can check out new episodes of How Do We Human. We have new episodes every Monday. You can rate, review, follow, subscribe, anything that each of those platforms tells you to do, because each of them have to be just a little bit different.
Yeah, and let us know if you think us recording this podcast is a bad habit that we should shake.
And if you want to reach out to us for those opinions, you can also check us out on our social media.
Please.
We're on Instagram at How Do We Human.
We got that handle.
We are on Facebook at How Do We Human.
I don't think you're ready for that handle.
You can check us out on YouTube at How Do We Human.
Handel's Messiah.
Or you can send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's the Messiah. Am I thinking of Handel's Hallelujah? Is he Hallelujah? Is this a thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Handel's Messiah. That's that. The Hallelujah chorus is from Handel's Messiah. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
All right.
I know music.
Anyway, Evan, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, certainly. I might just be on a little AI kick because I'm reading a book about it and it's interesting. But we all pre-chat pre-chat GPT. Whew. There's a big boon of everybody wanting objects in their house that they can talk to that'll tell them the weather and movie times. And this was worth spending $200 on. Saving you.
It's better than Googling,
clicking and searching for stuff. And people got used to it. I always hated this because, hey, they were very open about the fact that they're listening to you all the time and collecting information. And I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't like it. So I'm thinking about people like me, where it's like, I like to embrace new technology. I am afraid of AI. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to grow with it so I can waltz into this new future that is upon us. But I'm like, I think I need a few more stepping stones to be comfortable with a little object in my house. I have a house now. That is, talking to me and telling me what to do. I'm a hands-on person, I like to do my own work. I like the manual stuff. I like the what do you call it?
Analog.
Analog is exactly the word I was looking for, and I couldn't think of it. So thank you. I love analog. Come on, baby. So here's what I'm thinking as a stepping block. I don't want an AI object that'll tell me exactly what I need to do, exactly what I need to know. It's just a little box that tells you when you're doing something wrong. And it just says wrong. And you can have that. I mean, that's easy enough to record. We can get celebrities to record the word wrong. Anyone you want. Sure. Your mother-in-law. Whoever you think you'll react the best and course correct hearing someone tell you you're wrong. I think that would go a long ways towards I'm still using my brain. I'm problem solving, but it's nice to be told when you're wrong.
Yeah, I like it.
So I'm just calling this an erroneous informing apparatus, or AI. And let me know if anyone else is interested in one of these, and I'll get to building it.
Great. I gotta tell you, Evan.
Yes.
One of the things that I love about your many plugs and inventions is here's the idea, but I have no interest in seeing if it really works until somebody else reaches out to say, yeah, I'm interested.
It's the field studies. This is how I get the word out. And that's why I'm coming up with new shit every week, because nobody's reached out. Someone just tell me if you're interested. I'll make it happen.
Okay.
I'll go to Shark Tank.
Listeners, please reach out in overwhelming voices to let Evan know that you believe in one of his products and want him to go on Shark Tank.
I end up on Shark Tank. I'm just sweating. It's a box that tells you no. Chris, what do you got going
on? You were mentioning that you spend a lot of time on YouTube with news bloopers.
I know, it's a problem.
And something that one of my YouTube accounts, the one that's linked to my phone, this is an account that's riddled with poorly designed algorithms for me.
Yeah.
And I'm working on trying to fix it, but sometimes they get me.
Yeah.
You know, they put out a little short or a little video on that home screen, and I'm like, well, but I gotta check this out. And one of the things that I always fall for
Uh-oh.
is the try not to laugh
Oh,
challenge.
This is I mean, this is the same part of the brain for me as the news bloopers of just this. You hope for like a 30-minute compilation of stuff that's going to be really, really fucking funny.
Yes. And it's always the least funny things I've ever seen in my life. But I can't deny how many clicks they're getting.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just going to start making my own try not to laugh compilations. And I'll make sure that I do like a reaction of me like cracking up in the like corner so that you feel like, holy shit, people think this is funny.
Yeah.
And then because of the try not to laugh, I'm getting the people who want to see comedic content and the people who are over competitive, and I'm bringing them all in together.
Yeah.
And I think this is finally my $1 million idea.
I think you've done it.
Just put a bunch of wildly unfunny, boring clips together.
Yeah.
And let the cash roll in.
I like it. Count me in.
Yeah, if you're
I'll
interested, then I'll make the videos. So I'll go on Shark Tank and we'll make this happen.
Here's I love that. And we are long overdue for Shark Tank appearances.
Oh yeah. And also this episode is long.
This episode is very long. But I just noticed something. Is my camera on, or are you still talking
it
to
is
a
on.
wall? All right, look at this. Okay.
It's gone back and forth this whole episode, but it is on currently.
I am going to lean my mouth to the left side up.
Okay.
That looks like a smile, correct?
Yeah.
Like not a it looks like a smirk.
It looks like you're happy enough, sure.
Watch what happens when I lean
Watch
my
what happens
mouth.
live?
Watch what happens
Okay.
live when I lean my mouth to the right side.
Oh yeah, that looks like you had a stroke.
What the fuck is that? It's not a smile. It's like I look disappointed.
Yeah.
I can't do anything with my eye. Like that's all in the eyes and the eyebrows. I can't do it. I can't smile that way. I'm going to learn how to smile what is backwards to me.
Yeah.
Or accidentally train myself to grimace every time I see something funny.
Well, then you and I are going to have to take a trip to McDonald's.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, Hamburglar bye.
Hobgoblin bye.
Hobgoblin goodbye. Hob goodbye, everybody.
Messiah.
Messiah.